Hi, welcome to the PoliticAL update with me, Alexandra Acker-Lyons. I pay attention to the political news so you don't have to. It is Friday, July 18th. So this week I got to travel a little bit. I went to the Democratic Governors Association Women Governors Retreat on beautiful Mackinac Island in Michigan. It was a haul to get to, but worth it for, gorgeous views and fudge and all the things. Governor Whitmer led us on a bar crawl, and multiple women cried like when they saw her. There is something there. She is incredible. She and some other governors were like doing shots. It was hilarious. Got to also hang out with Mikey Sherrill and Abigail Spanberger, who are feeling really good, working really hard. Recent polls have shown both of them up by high single digits or low double digits, which is amazing. I expect those races to tighten, but still. And, Governor Katie Hobbs remains the hardest reelect in the country, regardless of gender, regardless of party. She had to leave early to go back to Arizona to deal with the fires in the Grand Canyon, do her actual job. But it was really fun, and the relationship that these governors have with each other is also really special. And then I went to Omaha, Nebraska, and talked to a bunch of states who are working to expand the map across all levels: Senate, governor, state legislature. Feeling really excited about Nebraska and Iowa and opportunities this cycle in particular. Some of these states are going to take longer. Might be able to pull off a really unexpected win in South Dakota. I mean, there's just a lot happening. And I got to see my friend Denise Powell, who's running to flip Nebraska's 2nd congressional district. She had a fantastic fundraising quarter, and is definitely the candidate who can win that race. So my shout out of the week as a result of all of this goes to staff. Organizing events is really hard. Holding events where people have to travel via ferry and horse-drawn carriage is particularly hard, as we did to get up to the DGA retreat. So just thank you to staff who make everything happen, but in particular, it's often like junior staff behind the scenes who are doing logistics and making everybody's experience awesome. So also as predicted, following July 4th, we have some candidate news. In Arizona 7, we had the special election where Adelita Grijalva won easily. I would encourage everyone not to read too much into that. Again, it's one race. Really proud of the race. Deja Fox ran as well. But both the Grijalva name, her fundraising, her endorsements from across all sections of the ideological spectrum, which I think is the read too much into this part. This was not a like left versus right or left versus moderate race. She just had she had the chops to win. In Texas Senate, Ken Paxton's wife filed for divorce on biblical grounds. Not a phrase I'd heard before. And it remains to be seen how this might impact the Senate primary there. He's running against incumbent John Cornyn. I don't think it's going to mean much because Republicans have, sold their soul to Donald Trump. So like, what's one more adulterer? John Cornyn's fundraising this quarter was dismal. And it does not appear that there are any Republicans kind of willing to really go out there and save him. So we'll see. Janelle Stelson announced a rematch in Pennsylvania's 10th congressional district. She's a really dynamic candidate who came close last cycle in a tougher district. But I think with, again, higher name recognition this cycle, the existing fundraising base, and hopefully good midterm turnout, she can flip that seat. Jessica Killen announced in Colorado 5, which is just down the road from me. It's the Colorado Springs area. This is the most flippable district in Colorado. It is more flippable than Colorado 3, which is the mountain area where Lauren Boebert had represented, and definitely more flippable than the district that Lauren Boebert currently represents. Jessica was Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff's chief of staff, among many other hats. And this area has a high veteran concentration. She's a vet. She's got all kinds of great credentials. Still a tough district to win. But she is a great candidate. Hannah Pingree in Maine governor's race, competitive primary there, but she's really established herself as the front runner, really strong fundraising, really strong polling. And then, Donald Trump has shown he is not afraid to smack down some Republicans for primaries and kind of say you're gonna stay where you are. So we saw him do that with Mike Lawler earlier this year, and then did it again to Zach Nunn in Iowa, where again, like, just the rumors about Joni Ernst retiring are swirling. Other news, we're getting the fundraising numbers. Daily Kos Elections and the Down Ballot put out great charts on House and Senate fundraising. If you really want to dork out, or if you really want to dork out and you want to go read individual fundraising reports like I sometimes do, you can just go to fec.gov. There were no big surprises in any of the really competitive races for Senate or House. John Ossoff put up a ridiculous number of $10 million, just crushing it, and he is going to need every dollar. The Senate Republican Super PAC just announced that they're going up with $25 million against him, 15 months out from the election. So just because a candidate is raising lots of money doesn't mean that they still don't need your money. And this is an example of, it's probably going to break Senate fundraising records because it's just the most highly targeted race on both sides. Proud of everyone who went out for Good Trouble protests yesterday. I was on an airplane, so I missed those, but it was fun seeing everybody's pictures in the feed. And then obviously, like, news of the week is all this Epstein nonsense, which, like, if this is the thing, okay, I guess, sure. It is fun to see Republicans fight with each other, but, like, I can't believe this is the hill they're gonna die on. So whatever, it's summer, as people point out. Like, there's always weird stories and weird things that happen in the summer because, like, reporters are on vacation and press staff are on vacation, and things just get a little nutty. So I get to go to the beach next week, so I'll be hopefully have a beautiful ocean background behind me next week. So until then, hang in there, and remember that waves start with ripples. Do all you can. Thanks.